I'm trying to make a video about this and trying to read from something that I wrote a month ago, and every time I try to talk about it, or I'm trying to just read it from the original piece, and then I go off on tangents. It's frustrating, and I'm too lazy to rewrite it again. But I've been meaning to do this for a while. I keep putting it off, and then for a while there I was like, this isn't going to make a good video, so why even bother doing it? But it's something I feel I should say. This is the part that I want you to see whether or not you have ever seen the movie Jersey Girl by Kevin Smith, which stars Ben Affleck, Liv Tyler, J-Lo, and George Carlin, which I didn't know about until just recently. Go see the film if you haven't already seen it. If you have already seen it and you didn't like it, go see it again, because your attitude needs adjustment. Because so did mine. My attitude needed adjustment. I recently got a chance to see Jersey Girl. Well, a month ago. I say recently. It was a month ago. I'd had opportunities before that, back in 2004 when it first came out. I didn't go. And why didn't I go? For the same reason an awful lot of people who claim to be Kevin Smith fans didn't go. My attitude was, is Muse in it? No. And I wouldn't want to see a movie that just had Muse in it. I want to see a movie with Jay and Silent Bob. That's what I want to see. I want to see Jay and Silent Bob. That's not being a fan of Kevin Smith. That's not being a fan of an artist. You know, trying to pigeonhole him into the, like, I just want you to do that one thing, because that one thing's fucking awesome. That's being an ass. So I have to apologize. Now I owe Mr. Smith a beer. Damn. And from this point on, if you haven't seen Jersey Girl yet, please stop this and go see it, and then come back and watch the rest of this, because there's going to be spoilers. I don't want to accidentally ruin the ending for you, and if you continue to listen, then I'll ruin the ending for you. So, go away. Don't listen to the rest of this. Go watch Jersey Girl and then come back. They gone? Okay, it's just you and me now. Yes, the movie was predictable. It was a predictable romantic comedy. And for me, romantic comedies peaked in, I think it was 1983. Lovesick, starring Dudley Moore and Elizabeth McGovern, where a shrink and a patient of his fall in love, and then they fall out of love, and they blame it on the doctor-patient relationship when it wasn't. It was just them being fuck-ups. For me, the romantic comedy, everything that the romantic comedy had to say, it was done. It was becoming repetitive at that point. Actually, if you want to be technical, Annie Hall is about as far as you need to go, and then you can just move on, because it's been said over and over again. But how many love songs do we have? And they're still making fucking love songs. Why? Because they sell. And also because people like the love song story. What is a romantic comedy? Boy meets girl, boy loses girl, boy gets girl back. Well, that's not exactly what's going on here with Jersey Girl. Came out in 2004. We all disregarded it. The reason why I revisited the film was because I found out after George Carlin passed away that George Carlin plays Ben Affleck's father in Jersey Girl, and I missed the old bastard, so I wanted to see him again in something that I hadn't seen him in before. So, Jersey Girl was the ideal thing. So now I've seen it, and now I owe Kevin Smith a beer. Because I feel like an ass. I claim to be a Kevin Smith fan, and then I don't go see one of his films, just because it doesn't have Muse in it. Just because it's not Jay and Silent Bob. He's got more than just one trick up his sleeve. Yes, Jersey Girl is predictable. Everything from J-Lo's character dying to Will Smith showing up, it was all telegraphed from the get-go. It was going to happen. It has all the trappings of a romantic comedy. It's feel-goody. It's got schmaltz in it. It feels like a chick flick all the way through it. It contains just enough crude humor to tick off the straights, but not enough to appease the rest of us. This film was not a Jay and Silent Bob flick. It was Kevin Smith trying to use the romantic comedy formula to convey ideas to his audience. He's making the film in a predictable way so that we understand. So he's communicating to us on a language that we all know, using the formula of the romantic comedy as a medium to convey to us ideas. It's the subtle places where he diverges from the formula that you have to spot. Sweeney Todd, for example, at this point of time, and it's a dated film. It's purposefully dated. Cats was really popular at the time, and all the kids told their parents that that they had to do this thing for school. And not only do they have to do this thing for school, they wanted to be cats. So everyone is singing "Memory." It's fucking hilarious. And so Ollie's little daughter wants to do something different. When she sees Sweeney Todd, she's seeing something unique. Now that something unique is, beheadings. I mean, Sweeney Todd's not a cat. It's not safe for children. But that's kind of what Kevin Smith is trying to point out here, that an 8-year-old doesn't have to be protected from everything. Now, some things you have to protect a child from. I understand that. But Sweeney Todd, it's okay. Because the kid's going to get it. The kid's going to, and the kid approaches it kind of like Barbara Seville in the Looney Tunes the cartoons with Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd. It's just cartoony. That's how she kind of approaches it, which is kind of cute when you really think about it. And so he's just talking to us inside the romantic comedy medium and getting people to think outside the box, But he has to build the box first. So yes, it's going to be a predictable romantic comedy. He has to build the box, and then he just plays with it inside there. Now, and another thing is that I'm calling this a romantic comedy because it has all the trappings of a romantic comedy. But when you get really down to it, it is not a romantic comedy in the classic sense. The story is not really about Ollie and his wife and his girlfriend. It's about Ollie and his daughter. It's about Ollie being a selfish prat, and boy meets girl, boy or boy gets girl, boy loses girl, boy gets girl again. It's the relationship between father and daughter that is the romantic comedy, and you don't really latch onto that until the very end of the film, when the daddy is dancing with his daughter. You don't really get it until the very, very end. So, and some people still probably didn't get it because by then they were snoring because they were hearing but they weren't listening. Kevin Smith is saying some really powerful and poignant things about fatherhood, about family, about relationships, and he's saying it inside the box of romantic comedy, but then he's popping outside the box and throwing Sweeney Todd at you like a monkey slinging poo. It's a much more fulfilling film and a better film than we ever gave it credit for. And I owe the bastard a beer. It's a good film, and for the price of admission alone, or the DVD now, the price of the DVD alone, seeing George Carlin bitching out Ben Affleck while driving a city sweeper, that scene alone is now in my mind a classic film scene. It's just that was great to see. So thank you, Mr. Smith, for having made that film, and on behalf of all people who claim to be your fan and then just kicked you to the curb when you needed us the most, sorry. Maybe next time you do something outside the box, we won't be such assholes. Well, we probably will, but I apologize ahead of time.